Angry guy here, and women are furious that men are awakening to their value. Get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. So women are furious that men are awakening to their value. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
All right. If you're somebody that has nobody to go to when you're struggling, and you're so fucked that you're willing to pay a man like $100 to give you some advice, you're down and out, man. You're struggling big time. You know, you're not doing too good, and you're going to be desperate. So guys in the manosphere can take advantage of guys like that very easily. What are your thoughts on Passport Bros movement? I don't really know much about Passport Bros. I'm a lot more familiar with Passport Hoes. You might notice the beer in my hand is a Mexican beer. And I'm not really much of a drinker, to be honest with you. I usually buy my drinks accordingly for the date that I'm having over. But that's a whole different subject. My thoughts on the Passport Bros. Here's the deal. And this definitely goes out to any dating coaches out there that are hating on the Passport Bros. Look, if I make $1 million a year, I get a passport. I go to Italy, I go to France, I go to Spain, I go to Mexico City, I go to Rio, I go to Colombia, you know, I go to Thailand, wherever the fuck. I travel the world with my money and my passport. And I hook up with women from all over the world. I have a lot of fun. I have a good time. How in the fuck does that mean that I have less game than somebody that stayed in their neighborhood and just kept fucking the same bitches they went to high school with? In what world? Look, the United States is the easiest country in the world to get laid in. So the thing about the Passport Bros is they obviously got more game than just about any dating coach out there. Look, if you can hook up with women that don't even speak your language, if you can, you know, go to other countries, you have no friends, no connections, no status, and hook up with women, your game has to be tight. So the Passport Bros are winning, definitely winning. You know, no doubt about it. Look at neighbors just pulled in.
You know, guys, I was surprised when I saw this video from LFA. He said some things that just shocked me. I was so surprised that he had this opinion on the Passport Bros. He's someone that I remember from towards the end of my tenure in the Migglypuff community. And he points out what's really the truth. If you're a man who can go to another country and hook up with women all around the world and don't even speak their language, you are a high value man. But what does it say when you have these men going to these countries and they're actually, on top of that, learning the language? They're learning Spanish. These men have the game. A poor man, a broke man, could not do what the Passport Bros are doing. The average man does not have the survival value of a Passport Bro. They don't have the capacity or the capability to leave the safety net in Western society. They don't have that. They would be too afraid to step out of their comfort zone. It's the truth. Think about it. A lot of these passport bros, passport kings, are traveling around the world. They're traveling around the world, and they're meeting beautiful women everywhere. And not only are they traveling around the world, but they're making money as they travel. They're building income as they travel. They are living the dream that every woman wishes she could live, going to different countries, spending time with different people, building connections and relationships, all while getting paid. How insane is this? These guys are literally working from the beach while sipping tequila, rum, and other various kinds of exotic liquor. A lot of these guys are literally tipsy while they are doing their remote work. Eating well, living well, having happy lives, and surrounded by women who genuinely enjoy being with them and are not asking them for anything. There's no entry fee. There's no, okay, you need to make this much money and I will allow you to spend, an hour with me as you're dropping $900 on a meal for me. Like, what does that sound like to you? Talk about the levels of privilege. And of course, women are women wherever you go. But the quality of the woman is so much different overseas. And they genuinely appreciate the man. They genuinely enjoy the company of a man. They respect the man because they are raised to respect the men in their societies. Women, on the other hand, in Western society, are raised to put down and look down upon the men within their societies. It's an unfortunate thing, but you have to think about this. The fathers of these women, they don't raise these women to respect men. They commend their daughters when they disrespect men. They tell their daughters, not only should you not trust any dudes, right? You shouldn't respect them. A lot of these men have that same single mother energy. How am I wrong? A lot of these women have fathers that were in the homes, but these were weak men. And the saddest thing is that when these women go out into Western society and they say things that are not true, they get men into trouble, they destroy lives, where are the fathers? These men disappear off the face of the earth. You will never see them again. And if you say, how could you raise someone to do something like this? How did you raise her this way? Bro, these men become senile so quickly. I have seen it happen countless times now, where you have these baby boomer fathers who've raised these women, and when they are confronted, when these women do these crazy things in society, mess up the lives of men, begin using lots of substances they should not, they're not allowed to be on. They begin living these very degenerate lives, and you turn to their fathers and you say, because now these women are in trouble, and you say to these fathers, how did you let this happen? You raised her. These men become senile. You'll have a dude who is 65 and suddenly he's now hard of hearing. He can't hear. He's having trouble remembering where he is. He starts to shake uncontrollably. Dude won't pick up the phone. Some of these men actually delete themselves after they raise these women, and these women turn out this way. They delete. It's like they are so pathetic. You are so, how pathetic do you have to be to do something like this? You raised her to be a princess. You told her that she was perfect and special, and now she's out destroying society. She's destroyed the family's name, and what do? You delete. It shows you that a lot of these men were simps. This is one of the reasons why simps should not have kids. Simps should not be allowed to have kids because they are weak men who raise weak men, and overly entitled daughters who lose touch with reality. And one of the first things that simps do is tell their daughters that they are a princess, or tell her that she's a queen. and that she needs to be treated like a queen, that a man needs to treat her like a queen. But wait a minute. If her man is not a king, but he treats her like a queen, then that means that he's at best a servant. Don't you think about this? If a father tells his daughter that any man you are with must treat you like a queen, but she doesn't tell her, oh, and you must also treat him like a king. You must always remember that he is your king for you to be his queen. But father, they don't do that. So what happens is, of course, it's perfectly logical. She ultimately concludes that he's there to serve her. The purpose of the man is nothing more than to serve her. And then she views the typical man as nothing more than a peasant. If he doesn't have enough to bring her money, she calls him, to serve her whims, she calls him a broke boy. And as I've said before, when women marry successful men, wealthy men, they still view these men as beneath them. Because why would a man who is wealthy get into a relationship with a woman who has nothing to offer other than her looks? If she wasn't better than him, if her looks and her presence, her just being a woman, her just simply being a woman, didn't mean that her value was greater than all of his money and his own looks and everything he's achieved. It doesn't matter if he's a Chad. It doesn't matter if he's a billionaire. It doesn't matter who he is, what he does, how much influence he has. None of these things matter. If this man gets into a relationship with a woman who brings nothing to the table, does not try to find any way whatsoever to create value in that relationship and substantial value, then what he's conveying to her is that she's better than him. Guys, get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. What do you guys think regarding everything we discussed here today? What do you think, guys? Women are furious that men are awakening to their value. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about them there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.